And we are live. You already know who it is. My name is Mike Kyle, aka the Fantasy Vulture. I have over a decade worth of fantasy football experience, and I've continuously competed for fantasy championships over the course of the past 8 seasons. Let's make it 9 in 2021. But enough of me. I'm here for you. On today's episode of the FV Show, we're going to continue with our 2021 NFL Draft Rookie Profiles, breaking down all of the incoming offensive rookies through this draft class and looking at them through the lens of fantasy football. Up next, North Carolina wide receiver Dyami Brown. So if you're excited for this breakdown of his game, be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, smash that subscribe button so you never miss a video from me. At this point, the NFL Draft is in about 7 days, a week or so. Exactly a week, actually, at the time I'm recording this, and I still have 18 videos to get through. I was looking at my board over here to see what rookies I still have left to do. We have like 18, so it's going to be content city here on the channel for the next week. I'm going to continue to do 3 videos a day, so there's always going to be new videos popping up throughout the course of the week. You can follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture if you want to connect with me over there, and check out the website ffvulture.com. I got a lot of new things coming, had a really nice business meeting with one of my good friends last night, and I think the direction that we're going to take for year 2 is going to be unlike anything else that anybody is doing, so I'm really excited about that. But without further ado, let's just dive right into Dyami Brown of North Carolina. Of course, got the Tar Heels hat on. I am admittedly a fan. I am a Carolina Tar Heels fan, so this is a video that I'm really excited to make and talk about because I've known about. Let's rewind that a bit more. Actually, this is a video I'm really excited to make because as Carolina has progressed and gotten better, it's going to be really fun to just see all the NFL talent that Carolina is going to be producing for years to come. Obviously, we did Javonte Williams earlier. If you missed that video, click it right up here. But Dyami Brown is a stud. And when I say all of these things, I really want you to know that I'm looking at these guys through the lens of fantasy football, and I'm taking the UNC goggles off. The UNC goggles, and actually, let's take off the UNC hat too as well for this, shall we? My hair's a mess, but it's fine. So Dyami Brown, he's 21, he's 6'1", 185 pounds, and ran a 4.45 40. This dude, I was gonna say kid, but no, he's not that. This beast of a human, he's one of the most talented wide receivers in this draft class, and I feel like because of how deep this class is, he's kind of been the forgotten wide receiver. If he came out last year during his best season, which was 90 targets, 51 receptions, 1,000 yards, and 12 touchdowns, I mean, you're looking at a guy who probably could have gone in the back of the first or early second. But in this draft class in particular, because there are just so many wide receivers, probably going to be a second-round pick. I don't expect him to slip to the third. Earlier in the year, though, he was considered a first-round prospect, so I don't think that's changed. But I do think the consensus on where he'll go has changed. So I do expect him to be a second-round draft pick. And the thing about his game that I really like is it's just really fluid. The way he just moves across the field, he just kind of glides, he floats. It's very bizarre. And he just has a lot of really nice control in his game overall. He can do a variety of different things. You saw the very first highlight. He has the deep threat potential. You just saw that highlight right there where it was a nice little slant pass for a touchdown. He can move over the middle of the field. He can go to the outside. He can run deep and just do a fly route. The variety in his game is really strong, and it's something I think that a lot of these wide receivers this year don't have, admittedly. I feel like Dyami Brown is one of the more complete wide receivers in that sense. You go through some of these wide receivers, right? Just to kind of name a few, right? Jamar Chase is probably in that same kind of category. Devonta Smith is just an absolute stud, no two ways around that. But then you go to Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle, just speedster. Rashad Bateman, just big body receiver. Kadarius Toney, speedster. Speedster. Terrence Marshall, big body wide receiver. Elijah Moore, slot guy. Sage Surratt, big body wide receiver. Rondale Moore, slot guy. But all of those guys have a very specific play style where I feel like Dyami Brown has everything in his game, and that makes him really unique and really fun to watch. And in fact, I'm actually coining the term right now. Instead of Dyami Brown, his name from here on out on the channel is going to be Dynamic Brown, because he is that kind of playmaker. And he just, want to know the thing that I think that really did stand out for me just watching Carolina over the course of the past few seasons is he just makes plays at the right time. Like, it felt like whenever Carolina needed a big play, it was get the ball to number 2. He did it in the Clemson game. He did it versus Wake Forest. He torched Virginia, and in the Virginia game specifically, he had 200 receiving yards and 3 touchdowns. You see another great big play there in a close game versus Virginia Tech. He was their go-to guy when the going got tough, and that is valuable. That is valuable to have a wide receiver who is able to translate that ability just at any part of the field, and they just utilized him just in so many different ways. And here's one of the touchdowns, which is just incredible. Oh, I spoke too soon, but that's an example of the explosion and the explosiveness that Dyami Brown has. I really like him overall. Again, I feel like he is the forgotten wide receiver of this draft class, and my comparison for him, I think it's a good one. It's Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin in Washington does everything, is that team's number 1 option, and when the going gets tough for Washington, it's force feed McLaurin, right? And they have very similar measurables, and I just feel like their play styles really do mirror each other. Maybe McLaurin's a little bit quicker, but I think in terms of just explosiveness and utilization, they're pretty much the same kind of player. So if you're looking for a guy that's like Terry McLaurin, Dyami Brown might be that player for you. And just what an outstanding play right there by him. But that's all I have. This is going to be a really short one. I'm going to try and just kind of start flying through these, but even still, we're at like 7.5 minutes, which is fine. I gave you guys the information that you need. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe so you don't miss another video. Again, 17 more rookie profiles coming out over the course of the next week or so. I'm really excited about that. Follow me on all social media platforms at FFVulture, and check out the website ffvulture.com for some premium fantasy football content. Remember, people come and go, but fantasy championships are forever, and I will see you in the next video.